All right. Welcome back to the only class that for beloveds, the only class that probably by trimester 2 we will be finished. Then I can start calling in sick after trimester 2 when you're finished with the book. And the last thing you practiced, and you practiced a lot of it, was factorizing quadratic equation. You know the special products. You practiced 500 exercises. You made more. You went on the internet and made more. You did that. And now you're going to factorize quadratic equations that are not special products. For example, as you can see, this is not a special product. I know in advance. Why do I know in advance? Because the last number is negative 28, meaning I need two numbers that are exactly the same, and when I multiply them, they're negative 28. And you know that's not possible. There doesn't exist x squared equals minus a number. That does not exist. So you know in advance, this is not a special product, or this quadratic equation is not a special product. You know that in advance. But how can I make it then if it's not a special product? That is easy. Good morning, Pastor. Yes, better there. Thank you. You always start with the number in the back. I need to multiply two numbers, and those two same numbers, when I add them together, they're minus 3. So when I multiply them, they're negative 28. When I add them together, they're negative 3. You start always the easy way. 1 multiplied by 28, 128. You know, in advance, this is not possible. You continue. 2, 14. No, that's not possible. We only deal with the natural numbers, so no fractions. And as you progress, you will notice that 4 and 7 might look like an adequate solution. But now you have different variations of 4 and 7. I have positive 4 and positive 7. That is not a solution. Why is it not a solution? Both of these are negative. So my two numbers cannot be positive. All right. It cannot be positive. Can they be negative? Let's try. If both are negative, then my answer in the back is positive. So both of them cannot be negative. So this is not an option. You progress. Negative, positive. Hey, negative, positive might look like a possible solution. Negative 4 times 7 is negative 28. But negative 4 at 7 is positive 3. I'm looking for negative 3. So this, not a solution. So you get positive 4, negative 7. 4 subtract 7 is negative 3. And 4 multiplied by negative 7 is negative 28. I have my solution. Here it is. How can you get to this answer immediately? By practicing 500 of these exercises. By next week, you can just see this quadratic equation and get to the answer. Well, that is x minus 4, x plus 7. You just look at it and, oh, that's the answer. By what? Practicing. So it's x plus 4, x minus 7. That's the answer. Yes, we are entering the area that if you do not practice, you will not understand. You will just not understand. Another one. This one I will give you 1 minute and 30 seconds. This is a paper 1 question. These things are paper 1 questions. Should not take you more than 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yes, good morning. No, wait, not -4. Yes. And I am finished. Since I am finished, everyone is finished. Bradley, the answer.
X plus -6 and x.
Wait, which is it? X what 6?
X
Minus 6.
and x minus 5.
X minus 6 and x minus 5. Correct. Easy peasy. As you practice, you just see them and know the answer. 130, 215, 65. All right, minus, minus, plus, minus, minus, plus. Which one is it? And then you go through it quickly to get to the answer. Another one. X squared plus 2x minus 24. After you've made 10, you should see it and get to the answer. You always start with the one in the back. What don't you understand? Two numbers, when you multiply them, they're negative 28. Two numbers, sorry? No, you have to find that out. Two numbers, when you multiply them, they're negative 28. Those same numbers, when you add them together, they're positive 2.
You said minus 28 is 24.
Minus 28 is 24? What do you
No,
mean?
you were saying minus 28.
Oh, sorry, yes. Yes, so the answer.
Is it x minus 4 minus x?
Correct.
Which correct?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's like saying 4 multiplied by 3 is exactly the same as 3 multiplied by 4. It's the same thing. No, doesn't matter. The last one, and then continuing to chapter 16. We will join 15 and 16 together so you understand why you're doing this. 4.
I like graphs for some reason.
Two numbers multiplied with each other, negative 13. Those same numbers added with each other, positive 12. Positive 12, negative 13. So you always start with a number in the back. Two numbers multiplied with each other is negative 13. So far, and you cannot use fractions, decimals, and so forth. Only whole numbers. So 13 is a prime number. So the only option available for 13 is 1 and 13. Those are the only options. Now the question is negative, positive, positive, negative, 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 positive, positive.
I don't get it.
Positive, positive. If both are positive, they cannot become negative. So 13 and 1 is not minus 13. So by definition, that cannot be an answer. Minus, minus. If both are minus, this is positive when I multiply them with each other. So it cannot be negative, negative. Then you have positive, negative. When you multiply 1 and minus 13, it's negative 13, correct. But if you add them together, it's negative 12. I'm looking for positive 12. So this is not an answer. So I'm looking for negative 1. Negative 1 multiplied by positive 13 is negative 13.
And the negative 1 plus 13, that's 12.
Negative 1, correct. At 13 is positive 12. So that is the answer I'm looking for. Minus 1 at 13. Yes, in the test you are not going to, you don't need to do these things. This is just for you to know how to do them. Yes? Sorry? In the test you don't have to do what I just did. They already know that you can do it, so you just place the answer. Yes? They tell you factorize this expression. Bam, that's the answer. No need to explain why. The last the last number is two numbers multiplied with each other. The one in the middle is those same numbers added with each other. What graph? What do you mean? Yes, this is for you to start practicing. After you've done a few of them, you don't even need the table anymore. You look at the expression and then pop the answer immediately. You look at it and say, oh, this is -1 plus 13. You look at it and get to the answer immediately. Any number. It is possible. We're going to get there. Now, chapter 16. (16.1). When it's not a special product. By making like 1,000 of them. You have to make them to know, oh, this is not a special product. You always start with this one. And after you notice, oh, this is a special product, you're going to stop to use this. Chapter 16.1. Quadratic equations. Yes, page 361. You have to draw the quadratic equation. So for example, you have fx equals, and paper one. You get, for example, draw the following equation. Draw it in minus 3 to 3. Minus 3 to 3. Wait, it has to be positive 2. Wait. Yes. Draw this quadratic equation. Minus 3, sketch. Sketch, graph. This quadratic equation. So before you start drawing a graph or sketching a graph, the first thing you need is a table.
Yes. Plus nothing. Plus no hope. Plus pain and suffering.
9 plus 1. Mm-hmm. 16.1. 0.
Saka po y biasa x untuk minus 3 kasi minus 3 times minus 3 to minus 2
Correct.
masih akan termasuk ke 4 na katanya.
1 second. This is 9 minus. It's positive.
Oh,
Plus positive x. Times 0. So, when using this, when you have negative numbers, do not forget to use brackets. Do not forget to use brackets. Quadratic equations, do not forget to use brackets. Because I know the next thing I'm going to explain is between minus 3 and 3. When in an exam, they will always give you the table in advance, and then for you to draw. Sketch the graph. And then sketch a graph belonging to the table. A graph, do you remember what a graph is? Graph chapter 4, chapter 9. You need to know the table in order to draw the graph. Minus 3 to 3. I said minus 3 to 3. A table from minus 3 to 3. And then you draw it. From minus 3 to 3. No. Remember, it has to be in a bracket. Minus 3 squared. Cannot be negative 24.
Mas mereka itu dia sama dengan berapa? Eu chego a assim. Tem aqui 12.
I think you multiply. Four. One. Yes, these are the answers.
Yeah, because it was minus 2.
Because there's 2 minus 2. This is not a linear equation. This is a parabola. X squared plus 2x minus 2. Oh. The entire table. And then you draw it. Then steps of 2. Steps of 2 would be great. Steps of 2. If you use this is very big. Steps of 2. So minus 2 is 0. 1 is 0. Minus 1 is minus 2. And 0 is also minus 2. 2 is 4. 3 is 8. 3 here is 10. Yes, so you get a type of curve. Something like this. Yes, it's a curve.
Wait, so minus 3.
Yes. For what? Minus 3 squared minus 3 minus 2. This is 9 minus 3. Oh wait, is it 8? 1 second. This is minus 5. Oh, made a mistake.
I'm so confused because a negative 3
This is 4. 4.
Why is it 4?
3 minus 3 is 4 here. Yes. Yes. Easy peasy. So, now I would like for you to factorize this expression. Factorize this expression. X squared plus x minus 2. What does it become? Factorize this expression. 5 seconds. And you have the answer. Correct. The answer is x plus 2x minus 1. Correct. You have the answer. It takes you 2 seconds. Now, intersecting with the x-axis means your y coordinate is 0. Again, intersecting with the x-axis, your y coordinate is 0. Chapter 9. If you remember, linear equation and so forth. Intersecting with the x-axis, your y coordinate is always 0. So, in mathematics they say an intersection with the x-axis is called a root of an equation. Yes.
Different than sine x plus 2
When you add 2 and 1 together, 2n minus 1, it's 1. When you multiply 2n minus 1, it's minus 2. What do you mean? The 1 is of what? Mm-hmm. 2 minus 1 is 1. I don't understand. When you multiply 2 and minus 1, the answer is minus 2. When you add 2 and minus 1 together, it's 1. Mm-hmm. We do not write the 1 anymore. We don't write 1x. We just write x. Same with x squared. We don't write 1x squared. So in exams, they can ask you for the root of an equation. So you have to know in advance, oh, that means intersecting with the x-axis. Meaning my y is 0. So, they ask the question, find the root of the equation we just did. Find the root of this equation. That means you have to give them a coordinate for when this specific function intersects with the x-axis. First step, factorize. That's why you learn it. Factorize. All right, you already did that. X plus 2, x minus 1. Bam. Find the root of this equation. First step, factorize. And you know, intersecting with the x-axis means what? Y equals 0. That's what it means. Y equals 0. So, when you have a product of two numbers, stay with me. When you have a product of two numbers, this is just one number and this is one number. Either this is 0, because 0 multiplied by anything is 0, or this is 0. Because if this was 10 multiplied by 0 equals 0. So one of these two equals 0 or have to be 0 in order for my answer to become 0. But how do I know to get to that answer? Teacher, easy. You just said x plus 2. Either that is 0, that's what you said, and I agree. And this symbol means or, V, or, that means or this x minus 1 has to be 0, which I also agree with. So either x plus 2 is 0 or x minus 1 is 0. and then you have to solve the equation, which is extremely easy. X is either -2 or X is what? 1. Go back to your table. When is X 0? So instead of drawing, doing all of that, no need anymore. Factorize, y equals 0, bam, get the roots. So little by little, you're going to draw less and do more algebra. Yes? No need to graph and take entire 2 days to make a graph. No need. Yes. Roots of an equation. So this is the reason, one of the reasons why I went to 16, so you can understand why you're doing what you're doing. Yes, graph 3 is exactly the same. Yes, you should be able to interpret graphs. Same within biology. You just interpret them. Yes, so find the roots of an equation, factorize first, and then find the x value. Another one. Find the roots. Remember, they can say two things. Find the roots of the equation, x is -2 or x is 1, or they can say, give me the coordinate of those roots. Do not confuse those two answers. If it says, give me the coordinate, then the coordinate is -2, 0, and 1, 0. Do not forget. The roots only, you just give them this. That's it. If they say, give me the coordinate, then you do this, all of this, and you have to do this. Do not forget, coordinate and roots. Two different questions. All right. Give me the roots of the following equation. Find the roots of the following equation. These things are paper 1 questions. And they just give you the answers. X plus 5. You just put the answers there. Mm, 40. Yes, you practice factorizing, so you see the expression and you can factorize it without needing to write it down. Where do you start? 124. Not possible. 212. 46. 38. So you have 4 different combinations. 124, 212, 46, and 38. Yes, because one of them is wrong. Sorry, only one of them is correct. Yes? So, they ask you, find the root of this equation. How should you make it? Like this. This is the first step. Because why? Intersecting with the x-axis, my y is 0. And then you factorize. Equals 0. So either x plus 12 is 0, either that is 0, or one of those two is 0. So x is either minus 12 or x equals 2. Done. That's it. Took me less than 10 seconds. Yes? Remember, paper 2, 2 hours, 40 minutes, and you cannot spend 10 minutes on a question like this. When you multiply this, it's not this answer. No, there are many possible combinations. Only one is correct. By multiplying what you have. If you took 3 and 8, 24 is correct, but 10 will be incorrect. You would get either 5 or 11.
See, in subtract x minus 2 and subtract x plus 4. It doesn't really matter,
If this is minus or plus,
No.
if this is x minus 2 and then x plus 12, yeah, it doesn't matter. The two numbers in the middle, you add the two numbers together. Yes? What do you mean? Both answers? No, you have to write both answers. Both are answers. Yes. The coordinates minus 12. Coordinates minus 12, 0 and 2, 0. As you can see, look at how many there are. Wow. Look at how many. Teacher, give me more. Here, 100. 100 of them. Give me more. Here, 100. Give me more to practice. Here. All of this is chapter 15 still. What I showed you is just chapter 15.
What do you mean chapter 15?
All the equations were from chapter 15. All right. We're going to do 2 more things, and then we will be ahead of the other class.
What do you mean?
Then you will be ahead of the other class. No, they're at 15. 15 and 16. And 16. If I teach you guys what I'm going to teach you right now, you will be ahead of them. But what if I say, find the roots of this equation? Yeah. Yes?
I have another way to do to remove the,
Bracket?
no, when I have to factorize them, what I do is, the first number, assign the x to the power of 2. So the 10, I place it with 2. I get just those. I am put it in the first bracket. In the second one, the 24, I divide them with this answer, and I got 2.
I will place this one and let me see how you do it. I will make another exercise and let me see how you do it. Yes, I will come to you.
Tio,
Yes.
do you think it help us solve this equation?
Some 4. Don't think that's an equation. That is a formula for something that has been invented.
Wait, but we formula for something that has been invented.
Yes.
Na root sempre bota busca zero. Ora bota na pidi root sempre bota busca zero.
Always.
Alto normalmente quei calculazione es con andando algo así normalmente zero.
Again?
Quei calculazione es con andando algo ma destinado na mesa aqui. Mesa se coloca para essa é zero.
No, you're always right. It's 0. Because they ask you for the roots. So y is 0. So you start with 0 here.
Esse aqui na mesa aqui pero a mesma se bota essa aqui, tá?
Correct.
Okay.
Factorize.
Sempre root, se na pedi mi root, mesa busca zero.
Find the roots of this equation. X equals minus 5x minus 6. So your first step, you cannot place two equal signs. That's the first step. You cannot place two equal signs because there is already one equal sign. So what should you do? Send everything to the left-hand side. Or right hand, it's up to you. And now you can do what you're supposed to be doing. Two equal signs in mathematics, the equal sign is the most dangerous sign that exists on the planet.
And none of the other things?
No, equal sign. Equal sign has made me during my mathematical studies or seeing what everyone is doing get the teacher extremely angry. Because the equal sign, people use it and don't know what it means. Equal sign means whatever you have on the left-hand side equals what you have on the right-hand side. So, if you say x squared plus 5 equals 24 equals 7 plus 5 equals 13,
That is not a
it makes no sense. You're saying what is written here is exactly the same thing as this. And what is written here is exactly the same thing as written here. So watch out for equal signs. If you use it wrongly, the teacher will just do this and will not even look at it. I will not even look at it. Because you said this equals that equals this equals... It's not the same. Just wrong. Because some students do this when doing algebra. This equals that equals this equals... No, you write beneath each other. So the answer, Bradley already has it. Bam, done. Wow.
What? That's the answer.
Correct. Yes?
I did it 1-6. Would it also be done with 1-6 or does it need to be done with 2-3? I did it 1-6.
1/6 becomes 7. Or minus 5.
Oh.
Yes? X equals minus 2 or x equals minus 3. Done.
Now I
Coordinates minus 2, 0 and minus 3, 0. Seven?
Oh, it's a 2. I was like, where did you go?
Oh, no. Minus 2. Minus 2.
You start to get this and then you pull down like
To place you on your guard. I will leave it there so you can practice all the quadratic equations that exist. Because afterwards you have to remember something like this. So start with factorizing, and then we shall 15.4 as well. 15.5.
The equation is only with that in the day, next in the
So I separate them x to the power of 2 and the state plus x plus 2. So x becomes 5.
Wait, I'm not finished yet, Bradley.